Hello, class. I'm going to go over a couple of exercises with you today from Chapter 5. Chapter 5 deals with the topics of pricing decisions and profit analysis. So we're going to do exercises 5, 7, and 5, 8. 5, 7 is on pages 152 and 153. Exercise 5, 8 is on page 153. In exercise 5.7, we're dealing with General Hospital, which is a not-for-profit acute care facility. And then we're provided with the cost and revenue per inpatient day. So we have fixed cost of $10 million and a variable cost per inpatient day of $200, and then a charge or revenue per inpatient day. And it's expected that the hospital will have a patient load of 15,000 inpatient days for the next year. So the first question asks to construct the base case projected P&L statement. That's the profit and loss statement. So this area that I'm highlighting right here, to calculate that, you're going to multiply the revenues of 15,000 units or inpatient days times $1,000 per inpatient day. That equals $15 million. We're going to subtract the variable cost. That's the $200 variable cost per inpatient day times the 15,000 units, and that's $3 million. And then we calculate the contribution margin. As you may recall, the contribution margin is the difference between revenues and variable cost. We'll then subtract our fixed cost of $10 million, and 12 million minus 10 million equals a profit of $2 million. For question B, what is the hospital's break-even point? Well, to calculate break-even, you will take the fixed cost of $10 million, and you'll divide that into the contribution margin per unit. The contribution margin per unit is what we did above here, and that's $800, the 1,000 minus 200. Therefore, to break even, the hospital needs to have at least, or have a patient load of 12,500 patient days. They currently, or according to the P&L, have 15,000. In C, what volume is required to provide a profit of $1 million and a profit of $500,000? What we call that is the target profit analysis. So if we do the 1 million, that will give us a total value in the numerator of $11 million, which I've highlighted here. We'll divide that into the contribution margin per unit of 800, and with that additional profit of $1 million, we'll have to get 13,750 patient days. If we do the additional 500,000, that will give us 10,500,000 divided by 800,000 for a total of 13,125 patient days. In D, it says now assume that 20% of the hospital's inpatient days come from a managed care plan that requests a 25% discount from charges. Should the hospital agree with the discount proposal? So we're still going to have the same revenue per unit, variable cost per unit, and contribution margin per unit. If we have a reduction in inpatient days of 20%, now we're down to 12,000 inpatient days. So that will adjust our revenue, variable cost, and contribution margin. It will now become 9,600,000 for a contribution margin. Remember, our fixed costs do not change regardless of the level of inpatient days. So now we will suffer a loss of $400,000 due to the decrease of 3,000 patient days. That's the 20% decrease. So therefore, the net income or net loss is now 400,000. So the contribution margin, in effect, does not cover the fixed cost. If they accept the discounted revenues, that will have a positive impact because that will increase the revenues even though it goes from 1,000 to $950 per unit on average, we have 15,000 inpatient days total. Our variable cost will come to $3 million, and therefore our contribution margin will be recalculated at 11,250,000 minus the 10 million in fixed cost will give us a profit of 1,250,000. So that would be an advantage with the discounted revenues. And that concludes the review of this problem. So if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Thank you very much for your attention.